What's good, everybody? It's Ryan. Welcome back to another video. This video today is going to be similar to last week's collection video in the sense of it's video games. So last week was movies. So if you do want to check that out, you can go ahead and click right here to watch that video. But we're doing video games and gaming consoles too. We're kind of including both in this video because both are kind of like collector's items. And I guess like controllers too. I have a bunch of controllers that I could show you guys as well. Kind of like collection pieces, I guess you could say. You guys already probably know about this one, and if you don't, I have a short on it, so go and watch that. It's my Rocket League collectible controller. It's got all the signatures of the members of Cloud9, Energy, and G2 from RLCS Season 7. So go check that short out if you'd like to see that. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and get started with consoles, and we're gonna start just with what's out in my room, I think. Actually, we're gonna start with my Switch Lite just because it's in a drawer and I just felt like taking it out to show you guys. So this is my case. One of my friends bought me this case. It's a very nice case. I said case like 100 times. Let's get a case counter in the corner. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I've got the Switch Lite. I didn't want a full Switch because it's just too much money. And I primarily bought this just to play the Pokemon Shining Pearl remake because Pearl was the first Pokemon game I ever played. So I literally bought this just to get that. I ended up getting a bunch more games on it too though. I have, oh gosh, this is gonna be annoying. Okay, I have Let's Go Pikachu, Mario Rabbids, Zelda Link's Awakening, and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I love that game, by the way. A lot of people don't like it, but I do. We got Mario Kart 8 there. Then next we've got Pokemon Shining Pearl. And down here is the Monkey Ball. Please. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. It's unnecessarily hard, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, Super Monkey Ball. That's that. Very nice. That's my first console to show you guys. So we're going to put this back in here. Really no reason to have this one technically anymore except for collecting it, which I will do because consoles tend to hold value, especially Nintendo ones. So I'm definitely gonna hold on to this. Speaking of that is because I just bought this Switch 2 finally. So this one is a real like TV Switch. Obviously there isn't a Switch 2 Lite yet, but I'm super excited about this. I mostly bought this to play Pokopia and it's so nice. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, yeah, so I love this thing. I showed it on my stream. I made a short about it as well. I literally bought it to get Pokopia there, and it came with Mario Kart World. And I bought this one open box, so technically it wasn't brand new, but it's literally flawless. I mean, it came perfect condition. It came in all the packaging still. It just wasn't sealed, like factory sealed anymore. But yeah, it's super nice, and I really like this console a lot. Plus, on top of that, all your Switch 1 games are backwards compatible, so I can play every single game I just showed you guys from my Switch Lite on my Switch 2, which is awesome. All right, next up is my PC. I just realized this is like the most view of my room you guys are getting in general, but I did mention I wanted to do like a room tour video, which you guys have seen most of my room at this point, but let me know in the comments if you would like to see that, where I go a little more in depth. But this is my PC. I don't recommend this PC, guys. Don't get Alienware. It was the biggest mistake ever. I thought it was saving me money, honestly, than custom building, because these have gotten a lot cheaper over time, these pre-built PCs, but it's definitely not worth it. It just doesn't run as good as the hardware is. And I think that's just because it's Alienware and it's pre-built. They've got a bunch of crap on it that bogs it down, you know. I custom built my own PC for my first PC. It ran so much better than this for so much longer. We've got Rocket League pulled up here because I was just playing some Rocket League. I'm Champ 3 in 3s right now, Div 2, so not bad. We're in Season 22 right now. But anyways, yeah, this is an Alienware Aurora R16, I believe. It has like a 4080 graphics card in there, I'm pretty sure. You can kind of see through the glass here. It's Intel, unfortunately. I loved my AMD Ryzen way better on my custom build. It's got like 32 gigabytes of RAM. You know, you can look up Aurora R16 and you'll get all the specs, but it's okay. It's not amazing. It'll work, but it's not amazing. Then over here, we've got our consoles, okay? So, this is my original PS3. the OG one that's huge and can play PS1, 2, and 3 games. My dad bought this. This was his. It's just kind of become mine now because I care more about like keeping it. And yeah, it's been through a lot. It's barely hanging on. We have this huge fan strap to the back because otherwise it would overheat and kill itself probably. I rarely use it, but it's kind of just a cool collector item at this point. Then we've got this Xbox One S. I actually bought this way after it came out for super cheap because Xboxes, I don't know if they're still like this, but they've completely lost their value, or they had a couple years ago. And this thing was like $100, which is that's probably not even a good deal at this point. But it was a good deal for the time. So that's just that. Then here we've got an Xbox 360. I used to have an Xbox 360 Elite, which meant it was black. But it was the first one where it wasn't a touch button, it was an actual button. And the first ones were white usually. So it was like cooler that it was black. I got rid of it, as you will see is a trend for me that I regret doing back then. I used to get rid of stuff like that. But then one of our neighbors was getting rid of their Xbox way more recently, because I got rid of the other one forever ago, but this was like a couple years ago. And I was like, I'll take it, you know. So now I have a 360 again. Okay, so next up is going to be the gaming drawer here, which I'm probably gonna have to pull this all out. But yeah, we've got a lot of gaming stuff in here. I might actually go through the one under this first because it's controllers and stuff. So yeah, let's do that. So in here I've just got like controllers and stuff. The main thing I wanted to show you is that I do have the Master Chief and this one, which, why am I forgetting the name? Spartan Locke, I think. Controllers that came with the original Xbox One with Halo 5, I believe. These are really cool. I used to use them a lot until I one day decided to stop using them because I thought they were like super cool and I didn't want to mess them up. Probably should have just used them and enjoyed them, but you know, now I have them in decent condition for how old they are. But yeah, pretty dope. Other than that, in here there's just a bunch of random controllers and stuff. This is like a 3 terabyte normal hard drive. I got it as an external hard drive for my original Xbox One, which I do actually still have that too. It's just out in the main room where the main TV is that my family uses. But yeah, that's all that. So we're gonna go ahead and get on to the games here. I'm gonna probably take them out so you guys can see them better. Okay, same thing with my movies. We're kind of just gonna go over it the same way. So I have this PlayStation 3 Lego Harry Potter game. I honestly didn't even play it that much. I used to love Lego games, but for whatever reason, I did not really like Harry Potter, but I still have it. So there's that. Then we've got MotorStorm. Oh my goodness. What a classic racing game. I don't know if even any of you guys know what this is, because I played this when I was so little, and I was the only person I've ever known to have it. My dad got it. None of my friends ever had it, but it's a really fun, like, dirty, like, off-roading racing game, basically. Super fun. They haven't ever made another one, but it was really good. Next, we've got a classic here. My dad bought this too. My dad bought all these though, actually, because back then I didn't have money, obviously. But Resistance, it's like an alien game, like a Call of Duty style, like shoot 'em up aliens game. It's honestly so good. Like, I wish they made more of these. They might have made like 1 or 2 of these actually after this one, but like way back when these were coming out. There's no modern versions of this, unfortunately, but it's a great game. Next, we've got Battlefield 3. My dad bought and played this. I don't think I ever played this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know anything about Battlefield 3, but I do know something about the new Battlefield games like 6 and 2042, which I do like. I've heard this one is pretty good, so let me know in the comments if you played it before. Next, we've got a PlayStation 2 game. Once again, this works on my PS3. It's got all the classic Namco games. This was so fun growing up. I actually played this more than a lot of the games we have, just with like my sisters and stuff. But yeah, Dig Dug, Galaga, Pac-Man. Not really sure what that is, but tons of cool classic games. This is a lot of fun. Next, we've got one of the greatest video games ever made, at least racing games, that is. Burnout Revenge. The Burnout series, I wish it never stopped. It was the best racing games in my opinion. They weren't too hyper realistic, they were more arcade feeling, but like super realistic for arcade racing games, if that makes sense. They did make one more game after this, Burnout Paradise, And when we got that, my dad actually sold this one to get that one for me. And I missed this one so much that later on in life, I bought this one back. I don't even know if we still have Burnout Paradise, but yeah, this is just probably my favorite racing game ever made. Just so good. You've got to try it out. Next, we've got my favorite Halo game, actually, which is Halo Reach. Halo Reach is for sure my favorite one. I loved the custom games. I loved Forge. And the ranking system was always satisfying to me too. The Living Dead Zombies mode was way better than any of the Flood modes. This was the best game for that too. So the campaign was super sad, super good. Just in my opinion, this is the best Halo game for sure. And then we've got Destiny. I actually don't know why I have this on Xbox, but I played it on PlayStation 4 a ton. I beat the whole game way back when there wasn't that much of the game, but it was a lot for me back then as a kid. Played it with my friend in middle school and high school a lot. We beat the whole thing. We were max light and all that. Super fun game. I never really liked it after like probably late Destiny 1, early Destiny 2. I didn't really like it anymore, but it was a lot of fun when it came out. All right, next we've got some Xbox One games. I actually got a lot of these random ones for like less than $5 each, or even total maybe for all of them, when I got my Xbox One S, because my friend that I was living with at the time had a One S. So I bought it, and we bought these games together because they're so cheap at some like GameStops and used stores to play with each other. So that's why I have Black Ops 4 for Xbox One. I never bought a lot of these until later on, because like I don't think I mentioned, but I grew up playing on PlayStation. I was a PlayStation kid. My dad bought me an Xbox a little bit like later so that I could try Halo and stuff. He found one used on eBay or something once, but I was a PlayStation guy, Call of Duty guy. That's how I grew up, and racing games. But we've got Advanced Warfare here. Funny story, I was actually so good at this game. I might have been better at this game than every COD, which is surprising because it was the first flying one. I competed in a school tournament, actually. It was crazy we even had a school tournament, where we literally had to show up to school in the cafeteria on a Saturday. And they set up projectors and stuff and had this huge tournament. There was like 50 plus people in it. I got third place in the tournament. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. This game is very special. I wish I could go back and play it, but nobody even is online ever anymore. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Okay, then we've got Fallout 4. This one I did play on my Xbox One. I did play through most of the game. I think all of it. I may not have technically reached an ending, but I got through all of the story from what I can remember. I explored the entire map. It was a lot of fun. This was actually my first Fallout game. I started really late just because the hype was huge for this, and when I played it, I loved it. And supposedly there's a new Fallout coming out soon, so I'm excited about that, and I will definitely be playing that. Then we've got Alien Isolation. This is an alien, or a video game based on the movie Alien or Aliens, and it's really good. Like, definitely one of the best movie to horror game adaptations I've ever seen, I think. I do highly recommend playing this if you are a horror game fan. Then next we've got Halo the Master Chief Collection. I've got this on Steam now. All the Halo games pretty much are on Steam now, but this was so legendary when this came out. I mean, you know, we couldn't play any of the old Halo games on the Xbox One, but after they came out with this, every single Halo game in existence is on this now, except for like Halo 5 and the Halo Infinite are their own thing, but every other Halo game is in here. It has Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, and then Halo 4. Yeah, I think that's all of them. So yeah, it has all of them, and it's a lot of fun. Next, we've got Need for Speed Payback. I got this as part of those games with my friend for super cheap. Just kind of messed around on it. I haven't even played much Need for Speed games, but this one was pretty fun. I didn't play a ton of it, but we would just like split screen it. It was pretty good. And then next we've got Injustice 2. I didn't play much of this either. Same thing, we bought this together, me and my friend. I played a lot of Injustice 1, and I really did like it. But not much of this one, but it is a fun game. I think Injustice is my favorite fighting game, for sure. Then we've got Call of Duty World War II. I haven't played this game much. I didn't play it when it came out originally either, really, so... But it is a really cool campaign, so I wanted to get it for that. I played some of the campaign, and it's very realistic, for Call of Duty at least, and very good. Next, we've got Battlefront, the first one. When it first came out, on Xbox, and I got the Steelbook, which I think I told you guys in my movies one, I love Steelbooks. This game was so hated for some reason when it came out, and I never ever really understood it. I always liked this game. I never grinded it like to max level or anything, but it was such a pretty game, and we hadn't had a Star Wars game like this in, I don't even know at the time, maybe 10 plus years or more, 20 years. So this was just super dope. Very fun game. All right, we're taking a little detour from the games for a second, or at least from like the console games. Take a look at something else here. So we've got a Nintendo DS Lite. My two sisters and I all had these. Me and my older of the two sisters sold ours when we were little for like nothing. Worst idea ever. My littlest sister didn't do that. Best idea ever. She kind of just let me have this, or I don't know if I took it from her honestly, but I have it in my possession now because she doesn't really care to play it much. And I just want to keep it as a collector's item at this point because, you know, these can go for some money now. And yeah, I wish I hadn't gotten rid of mine. I also had a Game Boy Advance that I got rid of, and I got rid of a bunch of the games on there, except a few. Thank God I didn't get rid of a few of them, which I'll show you actually now. Over here I've got some random stuff. First, iPod shuffles. Some of you might not even know what these are, but this was mine. My parents got me it when I was like in middle school to listen to music. It can literally probably only hold like 40 to 50 songs maybe. These things don't hold much, but I feel like these could make a comeback soon. People are liking like to go more minimalist lately. And honestly, running with these was fun. Like it was easy to like exercise with them and stuff, and running or exercising with iPhones is like so bulky and it's such a pain. I don't know why they don't make these honestly anymore. And then this was my mom's. I think she was gonna sell it, but I told her not to and I took it. So I don't know. I feel like these are probably gonna be worth something eventually, just because it's Apple and they're like, I mean, they're like legacy products at this point. But then over here we've got the two Game Boy games I didn't get rid of, thankfully. Two of my favorite ones probably. This original Zelda game, which that's actually crazy that it was $16.99. I feel like that is actually kind of a lot even for back then, although this is probably worth more now. But this is my favorite Zelda. I haven't played many of them. This is the only one I really played for a long time. Love this game. And then of course Pokemon Sapphire, a classic. I bought this at my school mall for fake money, if any of you guys had something like that. But yeah, so that's the only two I kept for Game Boy. Then we can go over here and take a look at the DS games that I did keep. I also kept some of my DS games. Thankfully, I kept like the Pokemon ones. These are my littlest sister's games that she had, I think. So this game's legendary. If you guys haven't played that, you could draw stuff and it would come to life like Doodle Bob with that pencil. Nintendogs is legendary. This was legendary for me and my sisters. I don't know if many people played it though, but then we've got a Tangled game. I haven't played most of those. These are my other sister's games that she kept when she sold her DS. She kept her Nintendogs, her Mario Kart, and Heart Gold. And then over here are going to be my games, I believe. Yeah, which I kept Mario Kart, this first Star Wars game. Or no, that's the Complete Saga. Yeah, I kept the Complete Saga. Pokemon Pearl, which funny enough, my sister found this while we were both out at a mall near me on the ground. And this was my first Pokemon game. It's what got me into it, which is crazy. So yeah, that's crazy. That just a crazy story how we found that. Then we've got Pokemon Soul Silver is probably my favorite Pokemon game of all time. And then I have Pokemon White here. And then my sister, I guess, had this in her DS. I don't know why I kept it in there, because I feel like that's not good to do that. So she has this little pet shop game. We'll snap right in there. But yeah, that's the DS Lite and the iPod Shuffles and my Game Boy games there. Because if you didn't know, the DS Lite can play Game Boy games right here. So I can still play them. Okay, I realize I already went through these, but I have all the cases, so I'm just going to rapidly go through here. Here's are the Switch games I have. It's the Mario Rabbids, Pokemon Shining Pearl, Zelda Link's Awakening, Mario Kart 8, Super Monkey Ball, and Let's Go Pikachu. And then I also wanted to show you guys, I have these Switch 1 controllers I bought. Yes, I don't even have a real Switch, so I couldn't use them. Or maybe I technically could, but not really. I just collect them in the box. I just thought both of them looked really sick. So first up, we've got this like see-through red Super Mario rock candy controller. Just so cool looking. This was like 20 bucks. Nobody wanted it, so it was on a huge sale. I just thought it looked super cool. And then this other one is really cool. I love this one. It's Pokemon one, a Pokemon controller, and Mewtwo and Pikachu on there. Just so nice. Yeah, I don't even use these. I just keep them in here. So I know I'm weird, but I just thought they looked really cool. All right, next up we've got PlayStation 1 games. I know, crazy. I still have some of these. This game, I actually rebought this exact one because I don't know what happened to it, but we somehow got rid of it, which is crazy because this really is the first video game ever in my life that I was so into, like addicted to. Test Drive 6, I don't even know anything about any of the other test drives. This is literally the only one I've ever played or owned. It is so good. The music is great. Well, there's only one song in it, but it's a great song, and I can't remember the name of it. I think it's literally just called Car. Hold on a second. All right, this is the song. I don't know if any of you have ever heard this song, but this was so dope to me as a kid. This is like on the menu screen. You can tell, bro. This song sounds so old, you can just tell. Anyways, let's just move on. Okay, so I rebought it because it's a legendary game. It's super fun. I would recommend these, but honestly, you guys probably wouldn't like them since there's no nostalgia involved because they're so old and they look so bad now. But yeah, just a legendary game for me. Next up, we've got SOCOM here. I bought this because my dad used to love the SOCOM games, and that's kind of how he started playing military games before Call of Duty was a thing. I bought this from a local game store only for $3.99. Unfortunately, this doesn't work. I bought it because I wanted to show him it because he hasn't even seen it in forever, but didn't work. You can't return them. It was only $3.99, so I'm not like super upset about it, but I just keep it. I feel weird like getting rid of it. So then we've got here Test Drive 4. I believe, yeah, I bought this from a used game store too because I didn't even know about the other test drives, so I just thought this was cool. I don't think I've even opened it on my PS3 yet, but super cool. Next, we've got Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, a PS1 game. A lot of you guys probably know of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, which is the biggest Tom Clancy's game by far now. But yeah, he was making these games even on PS1, so pretty crazy. Next, we've got some games that I don't think I ever played. I have a lot of games, or not a lot, I have some games left from my dad, his collection, and I think my mom used to play stuff on here too. So we have Jeopardy here. I haven't played any of these games for the rest of this probably. I don't think at least, so, but yeah, we have Jeopardy. And then we've got Who Wants to Be a Millionaire here. As you can see, they liked game show stuff, I guess. My mom used to love Tetris, so this is probably hers. The next Tetris. These are so old, it's crazy. And then we've got Siphon Fighter here. Or Siphon Filter. Haven't played this one either. There's one game not in here that I guess we also got rid of for some reason. It's called Jet Moto. Like, it's spelled like JETMOTO. It's like a racing game on like hover bikes. That game was so sick. I don't know why we don't have it, but I do want to get that one again too because it is something I remember specifically being like one of the cool games I liked growing up. All right, our last stack here is going to be PlayStation 3 games again. The rest of them, we've got a big stack of them here. Guys, this game is probably the best, or it is, in my opinion, of course, the best Call of Duty ever made. Modern Warfare 2 is so good. The soundtrack is by Hans Zimmer. Yes, some of you might be surprised if you know who that is at least. And Hans Zimmer, he does soundtracks like Interstellar, the Dark Knight movies, the Dune movies. He does epic sounding soundtracks, like super epic. This soundtrack is also super epic and amazing. This is the first Call of Duty I ever played, so, you know, I might be biased. Most people will say, like, their favorite Call of Duty was Black Ops 1 or, like, Black Ops 2 for whatever reason. I mean, the Black Ops games are pretty legendary, too, but this is just peak Call of Duty right here. This game was before skins were, like, you know, taking over the the entire game too much. It was more about like war realism. The campaign was amazing. So yeah, this is my favorite Call of Duty. I will never get rid of this game. And then next up we've got Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare 1. This is my dad's favorite game actually, or favorite Call of Duty game. So we're split between Modern Warfare 1 and 2, but I didn't start on this game. I went back and played it because this was the previous year's game when I started. When I started, Modern Warfare 2 was the newest game out. So, but me and my dad are big Infinity Ward fans, which, as you can see here, Infinity Ward is like Treyarch. It's like one of the companies under Activision, and they made all the Modern Warfare games. So some people are big Treyarch fans for Black Ops and the zombies, which I love the zombies, don't get me wrong. But at heart, for the multiplayer and the Call of Duty, like the real Call of Duty gameplay that I grew up with, Infinity Ward is where it's at. Then we've got Call of Duty 3 here. I actually went back and bought this from a used store. We didn't own this like previously, my dad or anything. But yeah, super cool. I just went back and played some campaign and stuff. It's always fun to go back and visit old Call of Duty games. Then we've got Black Ops 2, and guys, all these games I'm showing you here, like besides Call of Duty 3 there, these were what we were playing these on. Like, this is how I played Black Ops 2 as a kid. Like, when it was out and it was the newest game, that's how I played all these games. So yeah, Black Ops 2, legendary zombies game. My favorite map probably ever in zombies is Buried, which is in this game. So yeah, I definitely love Black Ops 2. And then we've also got Black Ops 1, which is the first game I played zombies on. So this one also does hold a special place in my heart. But this was also the second Call of Duty game I ever played. It was really hard for me to transition to this one because it was my first time having to move to a new Call of Duty. And if you guys remember back then, the games felt a lot more different game to game. Nowadays, the games feel very similar with the movement and the aiming and just how the game feels. Back then, there was usually a big difference between Treyarch and Infinity Ward games. Next, we've got Modern Warfare 3. This is probably my least favorite of the original Modern Warfare games, but it was pretty fun. I think the most memorable things about this game to me were there was like 2v2 maps. I don't even know if it had a name, but there was tiny 2v2 maps. I loved that mode. That's what I played the most probably in this game. And there was also the zombies, or quote-unquote zombies mode, but it was like real soldiers coming after you. I think that was pretty fun, but I think people overhype it now just from nostalgia being a factor. I think it was pretty good for the time, but nothing crazy. I still would say it's just okay. Zombies is definitely way more fun, in my opinion. Then we've got the first Injustice. I did play this one a lot, as I told you guys earlier. I didn't play Injustice 2 a ton, but this one I played with my friend a lot back then. We were huge DC fans, still am, so this was a lot of fun. Alright, here we've got, I actually played this game so much, NCAA Football 09. This was back when the Gators were really good, which is my family's team because my parents and one of my sisters went to UF. So yeah, I can't believe they stopped making these for so long. They finally just started making them again, and they haven't been releasing them on PC though, which is so annoying because that's how I mostly game now. But I think they said that NCAA Football 2027 is going to be on PC, so I'll definitely be getting that for sure. Also because USF is actually in it now, which is where I went to college. So I'm super excited about that for sure. All right, now we've got a very goated Star Wars game, Star Wars Force Unleashed 2. I think I have the first one in here too, but these games were Star Wars games before EA got involved. It was just like I don't even know who made this, LucasArts, I guess. Yeah, these games are really cool. I don't even know if these are canon to the Star Wars universe at all. I honestly don't think they are, but they're very unique Star Wars games, and they're a lot of fun. Next, we've got Gran Turismo 5. My dad got this as one of the later racing games we tried out. It just isn't the same. The hyper-realism in racing games, to me, ruins it a little bit. I like it to be more arcade feeling a little bit and unrealistic with like the speed and stuff like that. But it was decent. Yeah, see, precision meets realism. It was a little too realistic to me. But I know Gran Turismo is a big racing series, so not bad. Yeah, here we go. We've got the Force Unleashed 1. So once again, great Star Wars games. If you haven't tried them, I definitely would recommend it. I wonder if these are on Steam, actually. I think these were PlayStation exclusives back then, so I'm not sure. I'll have to check. And then this was a game my mom played, I think. I don't think I ever played this one, or maybe we did, but we did have microphones that we would use on the PlayStation. So it was like a singing game. Yeah, it's fun to play with friends for sure. Alright guys, so that's my whole gaming collection. I do have a original Xbox One, and my dad has the PlayStation 4 still out in the main room. And we do also have an original Wii that does work as well. I'm not going to go out and show those because there's not really much to show there. But I mean, unless you guys really want me to, I don't mind doing another video to show you guys that. They all do work. We keep good care of our consoles in this household. Or at least I do. I'm the one usually keeping after them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been a gamer since I was like super young. I mean, I think I started gaming just like by watching my dad play games when I was probably like 8 years old, or maybe even less, maybe even like 5 years old. My first console of my own was a Game Boy Advance. It was the gray one. I really wish I never got rid of that. I used to have a bunch of games on there. I showed you guys the two I kept. One I do want to buy back again is Yoshi's Island. I remember I used to love the Yoshi's Island game on Game Boy Advance, which is why I do also have Yoshi's Crafted World coming in. I got it used for my Switch because apparently that's the most similar modern Yoshi game to Yoshi's Island. The next closest one they said was on like 3DS, and 3DSs are insanely expensive. Like it's cheaper to buy a Switch 2 probably than a 3DS nowadays, which is crazy. So I got Yoshi's Crafted World. We'll see how that is. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry to ramble so much in this video, but these games mean a lot to me. And like I said, I've been a gamer since I was super young. I grew up a gamer, so I have a lot of memories attached to this stuff, which is why I keep it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys have played any of these games in the comments below, especially some of these old racing games. I've never met someone who's played like Burnout Revenge really, or MotorStorm, or those games. And if you also have like any old consoles, and let me just say this, if you have any old consoles or games, don't get rid of them. Like seriously don't, unless you just really don't care, but they're gonna go up in price over time. They already have. I think they're really cool collector's items. So unless you just absolutely don't care about collecting at all, I would say you should definitely be keeping them for the future, or for your kids even. It would be cool to show your kids, if you plan on having kids, of course. But enough talking from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to wrap this video up here. We're on the road to 300 subscribers as well, so if you would like to support my channel, please consider subscribing, like and comment to let me know if you liked the video. And let me know again if you guys want to see a room tour. If you do, I would be happy to do that, although I know you've probably seen most of my room by now. Also, I've been going live at 6 p.m. Eastern time pretty much every Friday lately, so I don't know if I'll be live this Friday because it's not super set in stone, but that's kind of what's been happening. So if you want, check back here on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I might be live, and if I am, I would love for you to stop by so I can actually say hi to you guys. And I keep saying I'm going to wrap it up, and I keep going on, but this time I'm actually going to wrap it up. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.